Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna be doing another fun little challenge. I had so much fun doing the last one that I decided I wanna do all challenges now. I've got like 10 challenges in my head right now. So what we're gonna do, I'm just laying around on the couch here. Wait.
Out.
No, don't put them out yet. We have to go one by one so I could call the colors. Pick them up, hurry up. Yeah. Nobody saw that.
Nobody did.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, here's the challenge. I'm gonna pick out 2 random pigments by Gamblin, and I went through Amazon and I kind of saw what they had there until the pigments started kind of repeating, or so just 2 random pigments. I'm gonna make my own watercolor with those and use them. I'm gonna make a watercolor palette also and use them in art. So we're gonna get started right now, and Laser here is gonna lay the colors down so you can see what they are. Just start putting them over here. Okay, we have cobalt blue. What's that? Oh, chrome oxide green. Okay. Yellow ochre, manganese violet, viridium, burnt umber, Indian red, earth red, transparent earth yellow. Oh, the other one was transparent earth red. Raw sienna, raw umber, yellow ochre, Mars orange, and Prussian blue.
And there's one more.
And ultramarine. Okay, so these are the colors, the options I have. This is about all I could find on Amazon. And then there were some that were toxic, like cadmium colors. I did not put any of those in here because I wouldn't get those anyway. So here we go. We're gonna fold them up and put them in a little hat and pick out our colors and see what 2 we get. I only picked 2 because these are kind of pricey and they bring a lot. I might do more in the future if I really like the way they perform and all that. Hopefully I get some colors I already have so I can compare. Okay, let's fold them up now and we'll put them in a little hat. Okay, so we have a hat here ready to go. There's my doggy over there. Roxy, Roxy.
She hates the camera.
Oh, you could come up here, baby. No, she's more comfy in her bed. So we're just gonna stick all of these in here. Right, and Roxy.
You're sad actually that she left.
I don't know why she left. Okay, so there's one. Oh. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh. Okay, we have Indian red and Prussian blue. Okay, I'm really excited that we got this one because I actually just bought this by in the Da Vinci brand. I just got Indian red. I think it was Indian red. It might have been something else now that I'm thinking about it.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was Indian red, so I'll get to try both of those together. I do not have Prussian blue, so I don't have anything to compare it to. My blues are phthalo blue and ultramarine. So yeah, now we just have to order these, wait for them to arrive, and we'll get to make our own watercolors, and we'll see you guys in a couple days.
Yay!
Okay guys, welcome back. I finally got all my supplies together. I'm gonna go through what I have really quick, and the first thing I have here is gum arabic, and this is going to be used as my binder. This is a natural food product. This is food grade gum arabic. But it's usually used like to make gelatins and marshmallows that are vegan. So I have this as my binder, and then I have some vegetable glycerin. This is so it's a little smoother, and it also lengthens the drying time. I was going to use honey, but I was out of it at the time. And I figured I could always mix it in later, but I ended up not using it. Okay, I thought I was being smart using this silicone spatula. I'm like, this mulling job is going to be so clean because, you know, I thought like I could squeegee the surface, and that's not what happened at all, as you'll see later. But yeah, get yourself 2 palette knives or 1 palette knife if you're going to try this, at least 1 palette knife, or a spatula, like a metal spatula, something like that. Here I have my pigments, and as I said before, I got the Prussian Blue, well, the Indian Red by Gamblin, and the Prussian Blue also by Gamblin, and they came very well wrapped. I also have my surface that I'm going to be mulling on, and it is just a regular glossy tile from Home Depot. I get these to like mess around with alcohol inks and practice. This is my molar. It is a glass, and I got one with the flattest bottom I could find, and it has no roughness to it or anything, which molars do have some grit to them, and the surface, the glass surface, also has grit. So none of this has grit, so it takes a lot longer. Okay, what else? Let's see. That is everything. So here I am cutting open these pigments, and I'm being super careful because I figure with the way they're wrapped, they're very well wrapped. That means these can fly all over the place, and I was kind of nervous about that because my dog is next to me. I'm actually wearing a face mask, but you know, there's my dog next to me, and my family, so I didn't want this flying all over the place. And as you can see, when I take this out, I take it out super carefully, and I was really paranoid, but it went down way heavier than I thought it would. I thought it was gonna kind of like fluff everywhere, and I'm like, okay, if this fluffs anywhere at all, I'm gonna stop. I have to take my dog out of the room and then come clean everything up. But it stayed on the surface pretty much. But you will see in a little bit here that when I'm starting to pour the water on it, you can see how easily it splashes, like it splatters when I pour water on it. And this is kind of like the same thing that happens with activated charcoal, so I'm used to this. So I'm putting my water on the surface, but then a drop fell into the pigment and it made it kind of like fluff up. But still, it did not go into the air at all, that I could tell. And I used only 1 little scoop of the gum arabic. The reason is that I figured I could always add more, but I can't really take it away, so I went slowly with it. And by the end of this, I end up adding 3 scoops. So here I am mixing it all together, and the mulling process starts. As you can see, my spatula is not doing what I thought it would. It leaves a bunch of the pigment behind because it kind of sticks to the surface. And this color is so gorgeous. It's such a beautiful blue. I think this is my favorite blue now. So beautiful. But you can see that it looks like I'm pouring water on the paper. It's not creamy at all, and you could tell the consistency isn't right for watercolor. If you've worked with watercolor before, you can tell. And there are also little particles in there. that you can't really see in the video, but they're there. When you look at them close up, they're there. You can see how that spatula does not work well at all. Here, I'm trying it out again, and it's still a little runny. Again, after a lot more mulling, and now it's starting to look better. You can see the difference. It's a lot creamier, but it's still not perfect. And here I am trying it for the final time, and you could tell how creamy it is and that it just really sticks to the paper. So here's my awesome spatula idea. And it's really hard to pick up the paint with it. I didn't make a lot of paint because I wasn't sure how much I'd need, but now I know about a tablespoon will fill up a half pan, I think. There is that gorgeous, deep, rich color. I could tell, I could see why like artists from way back love using this color. It is just like so beautiful, and it's fugitive, so a lot of people don't like to use it now, but I don't care. It's too gorgeous not to. And it has this amazing quality that I've read about where if it's out in the sun, it fades completely really quickly, but then if you store it for months, it will gain back all of its vibrancy, it's all of its color. So that is one thing I will be trying, and I think that's a really cool thing for it to do. Here I am doing the Indian Red, and as you can see, I went and put in a lot more of the gum arabic this time because I already knew that I needed a lot more. And I made this, the consistency of it, too runny, and I don't know if that is why, but this pigment like mixed super fast. It just became creamy really quickly. There were no, you know, particles, no unmixed pigment in there. It was just real easy to mold. So this color took me about, I don't know, 30 minutes to mold or something like that. The other one took me like an hour and a half. This is the Gamblin Indian Red, and you could tell it's a much deeper brown, much cooler. It's actually a little purple. It looks a lot more like that Caput Mortem color. You can see it has a beautiful texture, almost like rhino skin. That's what it reminded me of, and it's just, I love, love, love the texture it has. It doesn't have the texture on these cards I'm making right now, but it does on that other paper, so it definitely depends on the paper. This is the Indian Red by Gamblin. This is the Da Vinci Red. And finally, the Prussian Blue. Now, I made these cards by watching a tutorial on In Living Colors video, and I'll link that video down below. And I really love the way she made these cards. They're simple, to the point, not a lot of, you know, tests or anything. I watched so many videos of little swatch cards, and hers was my favorite. And I do go in later and write the information in there on each swatch card. I didn't do it at the start because I've messed up before where I wrote in the information and then swatched the wrong card with the wrong color. So I figured I'd have the color in there, and then I would carefully write down each color. So yeah, these are my little swatch cards. I actually have to redo all the ones I did before because I did them all on the reverse side, so it has this really weird texture and the watercolor doesn't go down properly. So I do have to go in and redo those. And I'm just going to turn the card over basically and do the same thing on the back side because they're still good. Okay, so these are the two colors together. As you can see, the Indian Red is a lot cooler, a lot more like a true brown in the video, but it actually has a lot of purple in real life. And then the Da Vinci is really warm and soft, but not too warm. It's very earthy, but really soft looking. And then that amazing Prussian Blue, which is just gorgeous. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see part 2, please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Part 2 is going to be where I use these colors that I made on a drawing. Okay, and thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.